Hi Virgo, and welcome to your reading for May 2019. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading for Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising sign people. So given it's general in nature, just take what you like and leave the rest. It may or may not resonate, and that's perfectly okay. I do a 5-card spread for monthly readings. And I'm just going to dive right in. The first card there representing the past and past energies or situations or events that may be coming into play this month and part of this month. For that, you guys have the Wheel of Fortune card. The second card representing current issues of May, current situation, energies this month. The Knight of Cups card came through. The third card along representing possible obstacles that may show up this month. It was the Nine of Swords card showing up there. The fourth card being about possible helpful tools to keep in mind this month. You guys have the World card, and finally the outcome card for this month that came through was the Chariot. And the cards that are lying down there from a different deck, which I kind of use more like oracle cards. I'll be reading about that card at the end of this reading. The card that came out for you guys is called Dragonfly, and that represents clarity. So starting with the first card along there, the Wheel of Fortune. Actually, before I talk about that, I just want you to note that of the 5 cards there, 3 are major arcana cards. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the World card, and then the Chariot. And the Wheel of Fortune card and the World card are related. You know, they are about the cyclic nature of life. Things ending, things beginning, things ending, things beginning, you know, that cyclic kind of nature, things turning and restoring themselves, karma coming into play, things like that. Anyway, I'll talk in a bit more detail about those separate cards, but they are very linked. And then interestingly, we have something like the Chariot as the outcome card there, representing a lot of movement and change and sort of victory. And charging ahead on something, on some sort of path. So we'll see what comes through as I go through them all. So starting with the Wheel of Fortune card, representing the past and past energy in this spread. So the Wheel of Fortune card in itself is about the cyclical nature of life. Represents fate, good luck, karma, life cycles, a new cycle, a turning point, things, balance being restored, evolution, advancement, success, sudden luck, sudden changes, ups and downs, but things ultimately turning in your favor and being on the right path. And it's sort of a process of unlocking things, like a guiding kind of compass. And we see that wheel there, which, in a wheel, that could also be a compass kind of leading the way, guiding the way through all life events. In the past position, it looks like something very big, very significant in your past, whether that's recent past or further back there, altered your path and the course of your life and where you thought things were going. Something happened, possibly quite suddenly, something that maybe felt very karmic in nature, happened and changed things. Big things, the breaking up of a relationship that you thought you would be in for a very long time, or the breakup of family members or friends around you, an event happening that maybe a change in job that you didn't see coming, something that happened that sort of created a new path for you quite unexpectedly, but in a good way kind of thing, or something from it has felt like it's been positive and cyclical in nature, like it's really sort of showing you're in a new cycle, you're on a new path, and it was kind of meant to be this way, this kind of sense of like, wow, greater forces are at work here, and something has come in and changed something, and you've managed to sort of manifest something that is quite big, successful, and unexpected. So a very powerful card. It looks like something very big happened to you, or happened in your life. a sense of sort of evolution and a process of that going on in your life. Somewhere in the past that is now a factor in what's happening this month in May. The card representing what the current sort of energy and situation for May is the Knight of Cups card. So this is kind of an offering of some sort. Cups represent relationships, friendships, love, feelings, emotions, matters of the heart. And knights move on horses. They're agents of change. They're moving. They're adventurous. They are all about revolution. They're expansive. They defend. They're transformative. So we sort of have another card here of transformation. And I say another card because I think Wheel of Fortune and the World cards are about transformation as well. This Knight of Cups is bringing a cup of something. He's advancing and arriving. He's proposing something that could be romantic in nature, could be like a romantic dream coming true, maybe proposing a marriage of some sort, offering something passionate, something involving the heart. But something maybe that you didn't quite see coming, something sort of unexpected, some sort of invitation or an invitation that will have a good and positive, opportunistic kind of ending point there. It's about dreaming big, these romantic kind of beliefs kind of thing, coming from like a knight in shining armor. So and representing those kind of lovely, romantic, blissful dreams that we have, can also represent karmic attachments showing up in relationships. So again, there's that little theme of transformation, of karma, of new things coming in, some sort of great expansion of the self, really, through things going on around you and coming into your life and being offered to you. What may get in the way this month, though, we can see there is the Nine of Swords card, and swords represent the head, matters of the mind and the head. So thinking, thoughts, words, communication, intellect, beliefs, conversations, things like that. So the Nine of Swords card represents an overactive mind, really, being very worried, being very in your head, being, kind of waking in the middle of the night, fretting and being very anxious, possibly having nightmares, having things wake you up in the middle of the night. And of course, in the middle of the night, things always seem far worse than how they really are in the cold light of day. So there is worries hanging over your head, or you're overthinking something. You're focusing too much on perhaps what other people may think of you, or may think of something that's happening around you. You may be a bit stuck in the past or worrying about the future, or maybe you're having some big realizations about yourself and your life, and it's literally keeping you awake at night. And but you are facing something very challenging in a realization about yourself. This card represents kind of analyzing yourself, or analyzing something in your life, or the need to do that, but being very mindful of not getting too caught in your head, too over analytical. But there's a lot of stuff. Potentially just watch out for your head going crazy this month, I think, and being very busy, suspicious, fearful, worried about loss, worried about how things are going to pan out, and keeping you awake at night. If you have any techniques or strategies that you use to help balance out an overactive mind, I fully encourage you to use them to take care of yourself. Practice some more grounding activities. Get yourself back in your body, back in your heart, back in connection with the universe. Use some really good self-help tools or talk to someone to get this stuff out of your head, or write about it, journal about it, do whatever it is that you need to sort of deal with this worry. You know, we can't stop thoughts, but we can learn to separate ourselves out from them a little bit and sort of de-armor them a bit, and reduce the sort of power and control that they feel like they have over us. The next card along in the position of what may be helpful this month, you have the World card, and this is the last card of the major arcana, representing the end of something, the end of a journey, a long journey, and rejoicing in that, being very happy in that. Again, this is about the cyclical nature of life, and there's a sense of, with this card, accomplishment, completion, victory, closure, integration, travel. Sometimes the Knight of Cups card is associated with travel as well. With this card, it's a reminder that the world is your oyster, that all things are possible, that there are endless forces way bigger than us at play, way beyond what we can see and comprehend all the time. You know, so like I said, there seems to be some sort of journey that you've gone through, that you're still going through, that is very big, perhaps very karmic in nature, that is about your life purpose in a way. And this card is saying that the universe, is looking out for you. To stay, I think, aware that you're still on a journey. It's a reminder of that, the ups and downs, but to celebrate what you have achieved, what you've come through, to really celebrate your success and your accomplishment, and to close that in some way, or to open the next door that is inevitably waiting for you to step through it. So maybe with that Nine of Swords card, you need to get out of your head and back into your life, into your body, and out into the world again. And we see that with the Chariot card there, as the outcome card, representing a lot of movement out and into the world. You know, and this is another card of victory. It's a card of action, expansion, exploring, driving forward, moving forward, things moving quite quickly. Can be about power and control and will, and using self-assertion to propel yourself forward on a journey. Again, we have another journey here, another inkling of travel potentially, and I think that could be external travel or internal travel in your own head, in your own life, and your own internal journey. This is a card of, very strong, driven energy. I'm sort of balancing out things as well, because we have the light and the dark horse there in that card. On the other cards of the Chariot, you see a light and a dark Sphinx, so kind of balancing out the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, and balancing out that desire to rush forth with speed and drive and energy, and not burning yourself out too much. You've got to, you're still on a journey and you still need energy to keep going, so just kind of pace yourself, and make it through sort of rough patches if there are some, and I guess in life there are inevitable rough patches, and to stay focused against perhaps odds that come up sometime. This is a card of discipline, self-discipline, of ambition, of competition, of winning the competition, winning against the competition, and going through the struggle, which makes you stronger. So quite a powerful, very powerful month potentially for some Virgos out there in May. I'm just going to read now from the book, the Dreamtime Reading Cards book here, about that card, Dragonfly, representing clarity. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. I love these cards. I think visually they're very beautiful, and I love the words and the meaning behind the cards. So I'm just going to read out now what Dragonfly and clarity is about, and see if that is relevant for this reading. Dragonflies come in an abundant rainbow of colours and sizes. They range from only a few centimetres in length to ones as large as your hand, with a wingspan of around twice that. The dragonfly starts life as a rather unattractive larva that lives in water before it evolves into an adult and gains wings. Evolves, that evolution, that process, that reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune card and the World card there. The period spent in darkness of the water equips the dragonfly larva for its time of flight and freedom. The dragonfly is often associated with the element of air and represents clear thinking and clear knowing. Its transparent wings offer insight and transparency to questions and situations you may be facing in your life. Due to its ability to hover and move quickly, there's that quick energy, the dragonfly is also associated with seeing situations from different angles. Its silent, fleeting dance encourages creativity and freedom as it moves with grace and purpose. Its transparent wings shine with truth and answers. If a dragonfly has shown itself to you today, know that it's a blessing and that the answers that you seek are not far behind. Colour can also hold some answers for you, so take note of the colour of the dragonfly as well if you happen to see one. Actually, here's some stuff on colours here. Red is associated with passion, fire, strength and sexuality. Pink, well, I don't know if we have pink with dragonflies. Love, gentleness, family and generosity of spirit. Yellow, happiness, sunshine, optimism. I could go through all of them, but I'm not going to. When I think of colours, I think of the chakras too. If you want any information on the chakras, plenty of information out there online, of course. I wonder if you are on a big journey in your life. You have been working on something very substantial. Things are becoming clearer. You have a new perspective of things. You have a new direction on things. Something new is coming in this month, or some sort of offering, something quite loving, I think, some sort of proposition of some sort. Be wary of not getting too caught up in your head about that. Remember the journey you're on and the ending of some things and the start of something new, and off you go on your journey. So thank you so much for watching and listening to this video, Virgos. I'm grateful you've given it your time and attention. I hope it's been of use in some way, shape or form. Have a wonderful May, and I hope to see you back in June.